Hey guys, hi, guess who's back? Probably me after going for like I don't know how many months, and I have a reason, say it. And the reason for that is that when I was in Turkey, there was a lot of things that were going on in my life, and truthfully, I felt like I couldn't do the vlogs justice, and I couldn't do all of my this fashion justice. So I stopped it for a while, waited, came मैं वापस आऊँ, and then I started again. And this is me starting it again, doing it all over again with this weird accent that somehow just came out of nowhere. And today I wanted to give you like a real time update of my life and how things have been. And just to let you guys know, I am back in Karachi. Turkey ki azadi khatam out of that window. And we are back in Karachi to the same regular life that I have lived here for I don't know how many years. Like 20 साल तो गुजारे होंगे मैंने कराची में pretty sure. Damn, 20 साल गुजार लिए थे. Wow. Okay, so I just wanted to say that I came back on July 1st, and I think I spent more or less 5 months in Turkey, which is like almost half a year. Almost. थोड़ा सा stretch कर रही हूँ लेकिन almost half an year. And that 5 months have taught me so much. And one day I would love to sit and talk to you guys about all the experiences that I had in Turkey, and even like make a dedicated video just talking about Turkey. As of now, I just wanted to update you कि मैं वापस आ गई हूँ, and I wanted to talk about how the whole moving thing was and coming back to Pakistan and coming back to my life here. And you wouldn't think that you would, मतलब adjustment थोड़ी मुश्किल होगी. You would never think क्योंकि पूरी ज़िंदगी जब आप यहाँ पे रहे हो, I didn't expect कि adjustment मुश्किल होगी, but for some reason it was slightly difficult. So let's talk about that. Basically, I remember even in Turkey, whenever I would think about that I have to go back to Karachi, I would get very anxious क्योंकि ये था कि I was so scared how I would be able to adjust क्योंकि I feel like I have changed a lot, and because like आपकी environment इतनी change हुई है एकदम से, so you feel like you have changed a lot as well. So and I have, for the most part, I've had seen huge differences in myself, and मुझे ये डर था कि जब मैं वापस आऊँगी it would be very difficult for me to adjust back in my family, back in my social circle, because मैं कितनी change हो गई हूँ, and I read this somewhere that especially for students that went abroad for a specific part of their life, it's just I just went for an exchange program. That isn't much for people that have lived abroad or that have gone for universities abroad. They have felt that they feel like they have changed, but the people that they left here are still the same. And that was something that I was so scared about. I can't even tell you that I felt like I was changing at this fast of a pace, while the people in my life that I kept here in Karachi, I didn't keep them. It was not a jail I have back here in Karachi. They have also changed, but not as drastically as I had. So I was scared that adjustment mushkil hogi. I was scared that they wouldn't understand me, and I was so scared that I have to compromise myself again to adjust in a mold I had made for myself in Karachi, or that a mold that was made for me in Karachi. So that thought itself gave me so many panic attacks. But something that I would constantly tell myself, Wahan baby, to make me feel better, even though it didn't really help that much, but it helped slightly. I am trusting my future self to be able to deal with the problems. She is grown up enough, she is confident enough, वो कर लेगी. And I should have faith in my future self कि instead of worrying about it now, my future self will deal with, which helped me slightly. But as somebody who has like really bad anxiety, it didn't really help me that much. But to some extent, it did. And for that, I'm very grateful that I read this somewhere on Instagram. Thank you, Instagram. एंड बस क्या मतलब यही एनजाइटी करते करते मैं वापस आ गई. एंड शुरू का दिन द लास्ट डे बैक इन टर्की वाज वेरी बैड, वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी बिकॉज आई वाज कॉन्स्टेंटली इन अ स्टेट ऑफ पैनिक अटैक. पता नहीं क्या था. I had mentally gone through all of it. I had tried कि मतलब आई एम ओके, मैं सही हूँ, ठीक है, दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट आर गोइंग टू चेंज। मैंने अपने आप को मेंटली बहुत रेडी किया हुआ था, लेकिन फिर भी पैनिक अटैक थे बहुत ज़्यादा। एंड मुझे अभी तक नहीं समझ आया क्यों। मे बी इट वॉज लाइक कि हाँ मुझे मेंटली पता था, लेकिन फिर भी फिजिकली चेंजेस वर टेकिंग प्लेस एंड आई डोंट लाइक चेंजेस, नॉट एट ऑल। सो that was very difficult to adjust to. But coming back here in Karachi, honestly, when I came, so the first thing was humidity. Literally airport से निकली हूँ मैं और एकदम से छपाक मुंह पे ह्यूमिडिटी आई है एंड आई लाइक ओ कराची, मुझे कितनी याद नहीं आई थी इस चीज़ की because Karachi की humidity is no joke. The place I was living in Turkey, Izmir, it was also sea front पे, पूरी जगह हमारा घर लिटरली समुद्र के सामने था, लेकिन फिर भी इतनी नमी नहीं थी। कराची में जितनी नमी है ना, इट्स कंसर्निंग। आई थॉट ये इस वजह से बिकॉज हम समुद्र के सामने रहते हैं, बट आई डोंट थिंक सो एनी मोर। मे बी देर इज अनदर रीजन, मे बी इट्स पोल्यूशन, मुझे नहीं पता। बट physically or mentally, acha, I want to talk about the changes that I am facing currently, which are physical and mental. So physically, if I talk, I'm fine, guys, you would hate me for this, seriously, लेकिन ये accent कहाँ से आ जाता है? You guys would hate me for this, लेकिन मुझे कराची का फूड अभी एडजस्ट नहीं हो रहा बॉयज, बिल्कुल एडजस्ट नहीं हो रही मुझसे। मुझे मिर्ची नहीं खाई जा रही, मुझे ज़्यादा ऑयली खाना नहीं खाया जा रहा, एंड माई स्टमक इज़ कंसिस्टेंटली सो वीक कि मुझे बहुत गंदे क्रैम्प्स होने लग जाते हैं मेरे स्टमक में आफ्टर ईट समथिंग दैट्स रिलेटिवली हैवियर। और मैंने अभी कोई मिर्ची खाई भी नहीं है, सही है ना। मैंने सोचा था मैं आके बिरयानी खाऊंगी, हलीम खाऊंगी, नहारी खाऊंगी, टिक्का खाऊंगी, सीख कबाब खाऊंगी, उसमें से कुछ नहीं खाया मैंने, सही। बिकॉज इतनी मिर्ची लगती है मुझे, इतनी मिर्ची लगती है ब्रो। आई एम लिटरली जस्ट ईटिंग दाल चावल ऑन अ डेली बेसिस एंड आई एम फाइंडिंग इट सो मच मोर डिलिशियस। मैं बता भी नहीं सकती, इवन आई फील सैड फॉर माई सेल्फ गाइस। जो मैंने शुरू में बात की थी ह्यूमिडिटी के बारे में, माई बॉडी इज नॉट डूइंग वेल विथ ह्यूमिडिटी बिकॉज I was there in Turkey for like 5 months, and for 5 months, I didn't get any blackheads, white heads, clogged pores मेरे face पे. I don't know why. I once again think it's the lack of pollution वहाँ पे. बट यहाँ पे मैं जब आई हूँ मेरी स्किन की हालत बुरी हो गई हुई है। आई हैव सो मेनी टाइनी 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 टाइनी, आई डोंट, आई एम सॉरी TMI, बट आई हैव सो मेनी टाइनी टाइनी लाइक लिटिल पिंपल्स, लिटिल वंस, जो गर्मियों में आपको आते हैं ऑन माई बॉडी, especially on my face and my back. It's really bad, and I'm sweating so much that all I've been doing is just going from one room जहाँ AC चल रहा है to the other room जहाँ AC चल रहा है, and I it's very bad during peak hours guys, very bad during peak hours क्योंकि तब AC नहीं चल रहा होता। and दिन में अगर खुदा ना खास्ता AC नहीं चल रहा कहीं पे, तो फिर and oh especially अगर मुझे किचन में जाना, ओ माय गॉड मेरे हालात ख़राब हो जाते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा। इतनी नमी, आई एम कंसिस्टेंटली स्वेटिंग, एंड it constantly makes me feel like I am unclean and you know icky, sticky and icky feeling आती है अपने आप से बहुत ज़्यादा, एक आती है अपने आप से बहुत ज़्यादा। तो उसकी वजह से मेरा हाइजीन बेहतर हो चुका है समहाउ। ह्यूमिडिटी की वजह से ओके आई रियलाइज समथिंग विच आई लाइक, आप लोग मुझे कह सकते हो नो शिट, लेकिन आई रियलाइज दैट हमारी ड्रेसिंग का तरीका इतना डिफरेंट इसलिए भी है बिकॉज ऑफ द वेदर। लाइक इन इजमीर इवन इफ आई वोर पैंट्स with t-shirt of some sort, it was fine because the weather was not as humid, that it made me feel like I want like air और हवा है किसी तरीके से और पतले कपड़े में पहनूँ। इन कराची हियर मैंने लिटरली शुरू में पैंट पहनने की कोशिश की, आई वॉज वेयरिंग जीन्स विद माई शर्ट्स, इट मेड मी सो मच मोर sweaty, it made me feel so much more sweatier guys, I am sorry, but कराची का मौसम इज़ नो जोक। कराची का मौसम जो है ना आजकल बाट लगा हुआ है, एंड आई हर्ड कि मैं अच्छे टाइम पे आई हूँ क्योंकि अभी बीच में मौसम बहुत बेहतर हो गया था, बारिश हो गई थी, बट स्टिल मौसम बहुत बुरा है बॉयज। मिस टर्की बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स वेदर। These were all the physical things with the whole moving that I found relatively difficult, changed mentally। काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल guys, guys, I have been so bored, so bored after I came back, It's also because of the fact that मेरी university नहीं चल रही. I have a whole month and a half free of doing absolutely nothing, and I am not good at time management. Varna I would have like found an internship of some sort, but I have been so genuinely bored. Like, I think in Turkey, when you are the one who's supposed to do everything, wash your clothes, खाना खुद बनाना है, घर साफ करना है, अपने दोस्तों के साथ बाहर जाना है, यूनिवर्सिटी के काम करने, there's always constantly something that you're doing, and that is a lifestyle that I genuinely loved. A lifestyle where I'm in not thinking as much and I'm doing a lot. So from that to coming back to Pakistan, where even when I'm doing stuff, it's not as much as I did in Turkey because the lifestyle is obviously very different. तो अब ऐसा लगता है इवन तो मैं अपने कपड़े धो रही होंगी, इवन तो मैं किचन में कुछ बनाऊंगी या फिर कुछ भी करूंगी, it feels like I am so bored and I feel like my days are so unproductive because I feel like I've lived on a very high note, and अब जो है लाइफ इज़ रिलेटिवली वेरी, मतलब इस स्पेस से मैं इधर आई हूँ, तो इट्स बिकम वेरी स्टैगनेंट एंड इट्स boring, to be honest. This is a very personal challenge that I was going through. But do you remember the thing that I told you guys about how I struggled with anxiety? थोड़ा बहुत नहीं अच्छा खासा. So I was so scared about it when I was coming back because I was scared that I would face so much anxiety that it would be very difficult for me to work. क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो सब चीज़ें जो मैं उस वक्त फील कर रही थी वो वैसे की वैसे ही मेरे ऊपर आएंगी. बट truth be told, I did have to struggle with anxiety शुरू के एक दो हफ्ते because the things that I had kept on pause here obviously वो वापस play हो गई और obviously वो story चल रही थी उसी तरीके से, तो उन चीज़ों को figure out करना था काफ़ी ज़्यादा. And to be honest with you, जो मेरा मोटो है ना ज़िंदगी का कि time really puts things in perspective. Times makes your wounds easier to deal with and आप logically सोचने लग जाते हो एक चीज़ को instead of emotionally. That played a huge factor यहाँ पे, and उसकी वजह से ये हुआ था कि even though I was anxious, that anxiety was not as much as it used to be. So I was able to think logically and come out of that situation for the most part in a very logical manner. But it's interesting the fact that you have changed, but the people around you have changed as well. Life hasn't paused just because आप बाहर गए थे. Life में जो आपके इर्द गिर्द काफ़ी लोग थे that were important for you as well, they have changed as well. So have you. That's just how life is. So you have to come back and you would have to try to readjust in sense, but and which I had to do, and which was a little difficult in the most random, mundane things I think about my life back in Turkey. It isn't something that I consciously think about, but it's something that just comes out of nowhere. I'm like, damn, I miss that. I think there are a lot of changes जो मैंने अपने अंदर भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा feel किए हैं. Just for example, I feel like I've become a lot more confident, and that confidence has helped a lot with my anxiety and helped in my decision making, which is very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Chokozel Turkey. But on the last note, the biggest difference in Turkey and Pakistan, and the thing that I wish to work on now, is that while I was in Turkey, I used to stay a lot less in my head and do a lot more. But maybe it's a problem with me. Most probably, it's a problem with me. But in Pakistan, I stay a lot more in my head. Like mentally, काफ़ी चीज़ें मैं वो कर रही होती हूँ, स्ट्रगल कर रही होती हूँ, एंड लाइफ में चीज़ें कम करती हूँ इन जनरल में. लाइक आई डू अ लॉट, टू बी ऑनेस्ट आई डू अ लॉट, लेकिन आई फील लाइक आई एम मेंटली स्टक इन माई हेड more than I am when I'm in Turkey. And that itself can be a huge topic of discussion, which we will have any other day. But that is it for today. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I just wanted to tell you about the changes that came, and yeah, I'm back in Karachi, and hopefully, inshallah, I will continue with the whole thingy. Best of luck to all of you for your future, and best of luck for me because मुझे ये नहीं पता कि कल क्या हो रहा है कि मैं आपको ये बताऊँ कि एक महीने में मैं क्या करने वाली हूँ. Okay, take care, love you, bye.